Imagine clicking on your favorite creator's channel, the one you've been watching for years. And right there, out of nowhere, is a title that just makes your stomach drop. I quit YouTube. Goodbye. It's like a gut punch, right? Today, we're diving into this explainer to unpack one of those raw, deeply emotional departures. We're going to break down the profound message behind a creator's final farewell and really look at the agonizing internal battle that leads up to such a definitive exit.
And honestly, there's no easing into it. The creator hits us with this startling reality right out of the gate. After today, you probably won't see me on YouTube anymore. Wow. I mean, talk about a shock to the system. It completely cuts through that upbeat, high-energy intro we're so used to seeing online. It tells us right away, no sugarcoating, that the relationship we've built as viewers is coming to an abrupt end.
So let's get right into part one of our explainer, the shocking goodbye and the difficult reality behind it. You see, making an announcement like this, it isn't just some spontaneous choice made overnight. It's the boiling point of a long, hidden struggle. Take a look at this confession. I never thought I'd be making a video like this. That right there is the creator's own disbelief talking. For the longest time, the game plan was probably just to stay strong, keep uploading, and fiercely believe that things would magically work out. Dropping that armor and admitting that sheer willpower just isn't enough anymore, man, that carries an incredibly heavy emotional weight.
And all of that internal friction eventually hits a wall. Life steps in and demands an answer to a seriously difficult question. Is it time to let go? I just want to let that hang in the air for a second. It's such a powerful question, and honestly, it goes way beyond content creation. At what point does our drive to just push through stop being a good thing and start becoming an unhealthy burden? Which brings us to section 2, the hidden reality, right behind the screen.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how the creator completely shatters that illusion of effortless content creation. We're looking at the hidden costs of creating. Every single upload you've watched took hours, sometimes even days to put together. Behind the cheerful on-camera persona, there were late nights, countless missed opportunities with friends and family in the real world, and just crushing moments of self-doubt. It's a heavy toll on a creator's mental health, and it's something we almost never get to see. But, it wasn't all dark and gloomy. The creator actually notes, I celebrated every small milestone and learned from every disappointment. And I think this is what makes the choice to leave so incredibly agonizing. Despite all those hardships we just talked about, there was genuine joy and real growth baked into the journey. They cherished the wins. They grew from the losses. It was a life fully lived, which makes saying goodbye to the whole shebang monumental. So how do we get from passion to obligation? Let's look at section 3, love versus fear, the tipping point. This right here brilliantly illustrates the core philosophical conflict at this farewell. It's a dilemma every single creator faces eventually. On one side, you're creating because you love it. That's the passion, the spark that started it all. But on the flip side, creating because you're afraid to stop. It's the fear of the algorithm, the dread of losing relevance. When the scale tips from love to fear, the whole foundation starts to crack. Facing your true motivation for continuing is a really harsh mirror to look into, but it's absolutely crucial. And that leads us to section 4, the hardest decision, stepping away. We reach the climax of this internal struggle where they finally say, so today, I've made one of the hardest decisions of my life. I'm stepping away from YouTube. There is just such a striking finality in those words. Think about the immense courage it requires to publicly walk away from the very thing that has defined your daily routine, your income, and really your identity for years. It's a surrender, sure, but it's also a deeply empowering one. As for what happens next, well, the creator is totally honest. They don't know if this is goodbye forever or just the start of a new chapter. What they do know is that they need time. Time to think, time to grow, and time to figure out the future. They weren't trying to sell us on some grand pivot strategy or a concrete 5-year plan. They're just claiming a desperately needed pause for self-reflection. Moving right along into section 5, gratitude to the audience, the lifeline. Because, let's face it, a creator doesn't exist in a vacuum. They say, to everyone who watched my videos, thank you. They recognize that the audience wasn't just a bunch of metrics or a view count. We were a lifeline during those moments of deep despair we discussed earlier. They say, you gave me a reason to keep creating, even when I felt like giving up. It's incredibly intimate. They're speaking directly to you, acknowledging that every single comment and view over the years was literally the fuel keeping them going. As we near the end of this explainer, we reach section 6, a new beginning, and those final words. The creator is very careful to frame this goodbye not as some tragic end, but with a real sense of hopeful closure.
If this is the last time they're on our screens, these are their ultimate hopes for you. That you learned something, that you felt inspired, or honestly, that their videos just made your day a little bit better. It's a beautiful wish that their past work will keep making a positive impact long after the upload schedule has gone quiet.
And then they leave us with these poignant instructions. Take care of yourselves, keep chasing your dreams. I love this part. They take the spotlight completely off their own tumultuous journey and shine it directly onto your future. They might be stepping off the stage, but they're leaving us with a mandate to keep pushing forward in our own lives.
Which brings us to this profound realization. Sometimes stepping away isn't the end. Sometimes it's the start of something even bigger. This completely reframes the whole concept of quitting, doesn't it? It offers this comforting, universal perspective. Letting go isn't a failure. Actually, scratch that. It's the necessary clearing of space required for new, bigger opportunities to take root. Goodbye, and thank you for everything.
We're just going to linger on these final words for a moment. It takes remarkable courage to close a book that everyone else wants you to keep writing, just so you can start a brand new chapter. So what about you? Is there something in your life you're holding on to out of fear rather than love? And what bigger thing might start if you finally found the courage to step away?